now it's time to be dangerous. Now it's time to get risky. Now it's time to truly find out what you're made of and what you could achieve. Now it's time to truly find out how many lives you can impact. Now it's time to find out what you were destined to become.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Raw Minds Podcast. I'm your host Eric, and today we've got two powerful voices joining us, Josh and Heidi Case. Josh is the founder of SoberBuzz, and alongside Heidi, the co-host, spreading the good buzz. Sorry about that. Together, they've taken their own battles with trauma, addiction, and setbacks and turned them into a mission that's helping thousands of people around the world. Josh went from building massive success in business to facing his own struggles with addiction and mental health. Heidi's story is just as powerful, fighting through trauma and recovery, only to come stronger. And her voice now together, living proof that healing is possible, and the leadership is built on honesty, vulnerability, and can change lives. I'm excited to dive into with them in their journey and their lessons and real talk, and see their side of the stories, and let's talk about their podcast. And before we get into it, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's listening and supporting the podcast. I appreciate every single one of you. Please don't forget to comment, follow, share, subscribe, and keep spreading the conversation to people that need it most. So no further ado, welcome Heidi and Josh. Welcome to Raw Minds.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Really appreciate
thank you. Really appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing.
Well, thank
First
you.
off, can you guys plug all your socials first? So just to get it out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to?
No, go ahead.
So on YouTube, we're at SoberBuzz Podcast, and we have 2 shows a week called Spreading the Good Buzz, where Heidi and I host, and we have the guests on, and every once in a while we do our own show, just us, and it comes out Monday and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Central. And then on Fridays at 1 p.m. Central, we have the Swarm Up with me, Heidi, and Cassie, where we kind of talk about our daily lives in recovery and what's going on. And then we also have an Instagram at SoberBuzz Token, where we do a lot of posting, and it's the same at Facebook, SoberBuzz Token, and X. And we have a Pinterest now. I'm not sure what the Pinterest is, but we can ping us and we'll get it
send that to me.
Yeah,
you send it to me and we'll get it in the description below, definitely.
Yeah, and then we have a TikTok, and it's sober.buzz at TikTok. So,
and there you go. And just for you guys, sorry, I was too paying attention to what you were saying there. I just want to put it up there so people can see it. That's the YouTube right there. So if you guys want, you can check that out. Click the link, and here's the website where you guys can check out the podcast. And here's the Instagram, so check them out, give them a follow, support. They're doing great things here.
And with us tonight, you can see little Sophia Loren, I think.
Love it. I love it.
She joins us every.
I love it. I got mine over here. She's laying down, pooped. She was out earlier with me today, so she's on the bed right now, but you may hear her later. Who knows? Can you guys both take me back to the beginning and what life was like before, like the whole recovery, like what got you into like where you guys are,
just kind of like.
You mean individually or to?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do individually, that's okay. If you're comfortable, or kind of like together, maybe like where you guys met and kind of like where you.
Yeah, let's do it from where we met.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's a very long story.
No, that's totally okay. Yeah.
Well, I was coming out of rehab for the second time, and I pretty close, about 3-4 weeks between my 2 rehab trips. I obviously relapsed, went back for the relapse autopsy at Cirque in Sundance, Utah. About 3 days before I got out, I signed up for Bumble. I had never done online dating, but I realized I couldn't go to bars anymore and meet people, so I thought I'd give this a try. My first day out, I go on, and I got several conversations going, and Heidi's one of them, and she was like the last one. I ended up, whittled it down, and her, and we actually ended up getting together that night. I had set up some other dates later in the week, but ultimately I canceled most of those, and we were going to see each other again on Thursday. I called her on Wednesday, and then we've been together ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But
and then so what sparked though this whole journey here after?
Well, our relationship at the beginning was rather rocky. We were both still in our addiction. I was not entirely aware that I was an addict. Although all the signs were there, I was just that unaware of what was going on with me.
She had a pharmacy
Yeah.
in her house.
Basically.
I've never seen so many pills in one place.
Costco bins,
Yeah.
they were full of pills.
I don't know where she got them.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I never did the drug seeking thing. Like, they were all...
You just fell out of the sky.
Yeah, they were all legit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I wasn't entirely self-aware that I was an addict, but Josh, just coming out of rehab, asked me if I would go to meetings with him and, sort of girlfriend and all. I was like, yeah, of course I'll go to meetings with you. And I stopped smoking weed, like, the moment I met him because I didn't want to, like, do anything in front of him.
And I didn't know she did that, actually, for months. She told me that months later.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I started going to meetings with him, and it was maybe like the third or fourth meeting. I think I even stood up and was like, all right, yep, I'm an addict. This is ridiculous. like I am one of you, and thanks for that. But
and I thought to myself,
about time.
No kidding. But you can never tell. I was at the point in my life, you can't tell someone they're an addict because that doesn't go anywhere.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
And
it didn't work with me. So.
Yeah, and if he had told me, I would have been like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I figured it out after, relating to every single story I heard in there, in the rooms. We had periods of sobriety, but we would have periods of relapse, and we would end up relapsing together. And when we would relapse, we would end up in these huge arguments, right? And it was basically us being giant children, not understanding how to deal with our own emotions and using drugs and alcohol to cope with them, and then screaming and yelling at each other because that's what you do when you're...
And it's, I couldn't tell you really what, I mean, there's a few of the arguments I can remember what they were about, but the majority of them, no. Yeah. And when we were sober, we weren't getting into arguments. I become not a different person when, unfortunately, when I drank, especially when I drank too much, or used.
Yeah.
No.
And I definitely became a different person as well, and definitely not one in control of my own emotions. So we had a lot of periods of, this up and down sort of thing. But as we used to say, there would be 95% of the time that we were absolutely lovebirds, in love, knew we wanted to be together, and that 5 to 10% where it was just like, boom, out of control,
not normal
levels of fighting at all, and taking stuff way too far. And
it's when you're using, you get really stubborn, and we both we get really stubborn and wouldn't budge.
We're really stubborn when we're not using. So when we are using, let's just put it this way, we're both like stone walls.
Well, we're a lot better now, though.
Yeah.
I can let stuff go, and I've realized, like, 99% of the arguments I've gotten in, whether it was with Heidi or anybody in my life, I can't remember what they were about.
Like, and next day.
And they don't move the needle at all on anything.
Yeah.
There are important things, but, like, most of it's not.
Yeah.
It's trivial.
Exactly. At least not enough that we should be arguing about it, stuff like that. But these arguments would get sort of worse and worse over time, right? And
until the big crescendo.
We'll skip to the big crescendo, moving to Florida at the end of, what was it, June?
It's been my dream to move to Florida for like 20 years.
Right.
So I bought a house. We're going.
And this was last year.
Didn't last long.
No, we didn't. About a week in?
Well, no, like 6 days. 6 days in, we have an argument.
And he had started drinking on the way to Florida too.
Yeah.
Which he'd been sober for a while, and then...
Well, we had that, before we went to Florida, we had the week we call the what do we call the week where your medicine?
Oh, my psychosis.
Your psychosis week.
Right.
Yeah, I was drinking then.
Yeah.
I was, but I was kind of, after that, I was under control basically till we got to Florida.
Right.
And then I got moonshine.
And then our neighbor gave him this big mason jar full of moonshine, right?
The moonshine hit me differently than anything else, and I've never had it before.
Boy, I'd say so. And he drank most of it. He started in the night and had basically finished it by the next
And I was drinking other stuff too.
afternoon, along with all the IPAs and everything else he was drinking. And
So I got upset. I guess this has come up on several podcasts this week. We had a deal that we would have a doctor and a therapist before we got to Florida.
And I'm the biggest procrastinator in the entire world.
And I did it, and I even gave her like numbers to call. Have you done this yet? Have you done this yet? And no, she hadn't. And we've been there almost a week, right? And I've already been to my doctor. She went with me to my doctor. So I drank way too much. I am upset. I mean, I think it was legitimate to be upset, but I could have handled the way I handled it was absolutely ridiculous. So ultimately, I started throwing some stuff in the canal because we have a dock, and the police. I got arrested for the first time ever in my life, and that there was the biggest wake up call ever for me. And
What was getting arrested for the first time?
For criminal mischief. One
Felony criminal mischief.
They only charged me with one thing. They could have charged me with like several things, like littering to start with, because I threw stuff in the canal, and resisting arrest because I was like moving my hands, not letting me put the cuffs on. I've never been arrested before. I don't know how this goes, right?
Yeah.
It really was kind of amusing. I'm not gonna lie.
So I think they were trying to teach me a lesson, because I explained to them how I had never been arrested before, and this doesn't happen to me.
Things like that don't happen to Josh.
That didn't work. They actually let me out of jail early at 3 a.m. instead of 11 a.m. because they knew
Basically, he was so annoying.
Yeah. I ended up walking a mile, slept on the sidewalk till the bail bondsman got there so I could sign my paperwork, because I guess he called and got me out. But then right after that, I got picked up by the Uber and took me right to the gas station to buy more liquor.
On the way home.
So I just got arrested, and the way I'm solving that problem is by drinking some more, so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I get home. I have a sober manager and my lawyer and my brother, and I think more than one lawyer. They're all right. What are we gonna do? They found a place for me to come to rehab in Texas, but before that happened, I go around and make an apology tour around the neighborhood for what happened, because I'm embarrassed.
And basically the whole neighborhood saw, because there were clothes all over our front yard, purses, belts, jewelry, like everything scattered everywhere. And we're like brand new moving in, and this was like this huge scene. So he goes on an apology.
Yeah, my mind broke. I know I did it, but I don't remember making the decision to do it. It was like almost I was like watching myself do it. It was I had never felt. I can tell you, I never felt like that before. It was kind of almost like
out of body.
Yeah, I was there, but I wasn't there. But anyways, that not an excuse. I mean, it was very very bad what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But then Heidi, she has a history of overdosing and suicide attempts, and so she overdoses.
I'm pretty beside myself at this point.
Going around the neighborhood, and she had just done that like a few weeks earlier when she went into psychosis.
2 weeks earlier,
with some of her drugs interacted badly, and that was a crazy week.
Man.
So she ends up going away to the ambulance comes, takes her to the hospital.
I nearly died on the way over.
Thank God you didn't.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
And then she ends up in the state mental hospital for a few days. I don't know where she's at. She's like asleep for a few days, and then like 4 days later she comes home,
and then was sexually assaulted in the psych ward. Right.
And then she came home, and we decide if we both don't go to rehab and get cleaned up.
We
this isn't gonna
actually had a sit down conversation and really just kind of looked at each other like, okay, I love you, you love me, but this is not sustainable. Like, we cannot keep going like this. I nearly died. You just got arrested. If we keep going like this, we're both going to be dead or in jail or something worse. Something bad's going to happen. And it's not going to be pretty.
And she's trying she's trying to get felonies expunged from her record too. So we're just like walking like right into the fire, right?
Right.
Like we're asking for problems.
Well, and like you guys,
Yeah.
like it's two major things that just happen in both of your guys' lives that like are very low points. Obviously, let's be real here, you
Yep.
know, and that maybe that's what needed to happen to wake you up. Because look at you guys now, and you guys are doing a good job, and you guys are killing it, right? So that was
I
your,
think,
I guess, light
yeah,
bulb moment.
I think it was sort of a combination of the two things happening because I mean,
Yeah.
I have tried to commit suicide many times in my life. I have really struggled with mental health throughout my lifetime, but I think it was really timing, and just everything coming to a head and realizing how much we loved each other. But then as we sat down and started talking, realized like we can't keep going like this. Like this is not gonna work, and we love each other too much to let that go. Right.
And I was thinking we're moving to Florida. We're starting all over. We're getting away from where anything bad happened before because we both had lived in Utah for a long time.
Right.
But quickly realized no matter where I go, I'm still there.
Yeah.
I had problems I had to deal with that I never dealt with, and so did she. Which is when we went to rehab, we both were able to work on those things. And when we got out of rehab, we were like more, I would say, the authentic version of ourselves, not the we have trauma from our past, carrying baggage that's making us living rent free in our minds.
Especially me with a lot of the trauma I'd been through. I have a long history of sexual assault happening and molestation and stuff like that. And so my being able to deal with that through EMDR and internal family systems, they're learning about my parts and stuff. I was really able to heal a lot of what had gone on in my life, which was incredible and was like this huge weight lifted from my shoulders. I also found out while in rehab,
this is a big one.
That I had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder about 17 years prior, and found out that it was a misdiagnosis through a freak.
So it gets even crazier.
Yeah, freak accident. The rehab accidentally gave me the wrong dosage of a medicine for like a couple days and then switched it back. But it's a mood stabilizer called Lamictal, and Lamictal is known for causing a rash called Stevens-Johnson syndrome.
It's like 1 in a million.
Yeah, it's very rare, but if it happens, it's potentially fatal. And so I had to go off of all my medications, right? And immediately cold turkey.
Everyone's worried.
Yeah, everyone's a little worried.
Definitely stopping everything too, right? Definitely right away.
Yeah, right. Because they're thinking, okay, well, you could either go super depressive or you're going to go super manic, but at least you're here in rehab to deal with it, and we're here to catch you if you fall. Yeah. So I'm like, well, this is the place to do it, and decided to go off a few more medicines. Like, sure, why not? Let's do the whole shebang. And go off all of it, and all of a sudden I'm thinking clearer, my mood is more steady, more capable of basically everything than I have been in the last 2 decades, right? So
it was like a haze got lifted off.
Yeah, like a huge fog just got lifted off of me.
That must be the amazing feeling, just to feel like
it's an incredible feeling to all of a sudden feel like I've come back into my own brain again, like into my own body again. I can't tell you how terrifying it was for those, basically 2 decades prior.
Yeah, the ECT.
Yeah, and I had electric shock therapy as well, 52 times, that really affected my memory and well-being. And
probably they never encouraged her to get a second opinion.
Yeah.
So I would say always get a second opinion, because like she had 18 years
stolen.
Go completely different than it would have if she didn't get misdiagnosed.
Well, I'm glad that you figured everything out now, and you feel a lot better. Definitely. That's amazing. So
absolutely. It's an incredible feeling to be where I'm at today and to be sober.
And there are people that have questioned it, but like she would go to the mental hospital 3, 4, 5 times a year. She hasn't been in 14 months, and she's been off all her medicine for a year now, and hasn't had tried to commit suicide once.
Yeah.
Good for
So
you.
something, and she has a letter from her therapist that she does not.
Yeah, and also I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder at the same time as bipolar, and my therapists that I've had since rehab have even said I don't fit the criteria for that anymore.
Wicked.
So in rehab, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, like it's struggles. Like I don't want to say too much because it's not really my business, but I did overhear something today. A man took his life on Friday, and he's got 3 kids, and it's just it's horrible, you know. And it's something that, like, oh, I'm just shaking right now. It's just something that, you know, we deal with on a daily, even minutes. Men, like they say, men take themselves every minute in the world. Someone's taking their life, you know.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. So I just want to say thank God you're here. Thank God you don't have those thoughts, and that's amazing because it's a real thing. Like this, I just found out today, right? And this just happened Friday. You know,
I'm
sorry, that's awful.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I do feel sorry for the family and the kids, and you know, so it's hard. It's definitely hard.
Well, suicide.
Sorry to bring that down, but I just want to relate because you're here and it's amazing. Like I've been there myself. I woke up 2 days later out of a coma, so I know how it is, right?
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, too.
Thank you.
It's a rough, dark place to be that I wish upon no one.
Yeah.
I had my best friend commit suicide, and then I had a young man that lived with us for quite some time commit suicide, and I found him. That was really hard, and it really impacts
everybody.
everyone.
Everybody. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So
you know,
much.
and the thing is too is like I don't know, a lot of people may think different, but like I understand why someone would do it. Like I do.
Absolutely.
You know, you want that pain. If you haven't been in that situation before, maybe you don't understand, but that you just want that pain to go away. I understand why people want to do it. You know why? You know, you
It's
just want that
not
pain.
even necessarily that you want to die. You just want the pain to stop.
Right.
That's it. You know, and people say, oh, it's selfish. Well, I mean, think about it. Like you're living with this uncontrollable pain that you can't take anymore, no matter what it is. It could be small to someone else, but it may be big in that person's world, right? So it's never good to size up people's pains. But I mean, like, I understand it. I just want to say that, like, I do understand it, you know, and I don't think it's really selfish in a sense.
I don't think it's selfish.
You know, I really don't. So, like, yeah, I just wanted to say my 2 piece in that, put that out there.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So how did the whole podcast start? Like, how did you guys get into all this? Like, I'm curious to know this.
So when I first went to rehab back in August 2023, I had abruptly resigned my job at a global Fortune 500 company, Engie. I was an executive there, so people noticed I was gone, and I didn't want rumors to get out. So I posted that I was in rehab and I had an addiction problem. And I just kept posting, you know, good things, bad things. When I went back to rehab, I posted about that. When I remember one time posting in New York, great day in the morning, but we ended up actually relapsing that night of like I jinxed us after being sober for like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I was just keeping everybody on LinkedIn. I have like 20,000 followers, and I would get a lot of public and private feedback. You know, people going through the same thing, support, asking me like what they should do. I kind of had like, I didn't know how I would do it, but other than just posting on LinkedIn. But then I had this idea, you know, sober.buzz. I found out that buzz is like a .com now. You can get that extension. And so I got a Instagram page and started posting stuff in May. You know, after a week, I had like 500 followers, and 2 weeks, a couple thousand. 3 weeks, 5,000, and Heidi goes, I can make some stuff for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, because I had a logo made with AI, and was just putting thoughts on the logo.
What were you starting posting though with? Like, what were you just posting to start
just little
starting
memes.
Yeah, I would like put like just thoughts I had. I mean, I can't think of one right now. There's been so many, but they're there still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
to put
mean,
you on the spot. Yeah, you don't have
yeah,
to. I'm just
I like wrote like how I felt about being sober
Yeah.
now, how I wish things were I had gotten sober
Something
sooner.
So from
Yeah.
your words to pretty much like your videos to a podcast is kind of how it
Yeah,
grew then.
yeah.
well, and then I would make some like AI like
Reels.
reels.
Yeah.
One of them has like 2.3 million views. It was
Oh
pretty
wow.
popular. And then I got invited on a podcast, and then podcasts started reaching out to, like, producers started reaching out to us,
Yeah.
and because we got 26,000 followers now on Instagram, 4,000 on YouTube, over 3,000 on TikTok, and we just started TikTok and YouTube in the last like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
When we started our podcast, which I never thought we would have 20,000 followers total for a year, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was
Yeah.
definitely a big surprise to us.
Crazy.
So
Good
yeah,
for you
we
guys.
a podcast. I have thought about podcasts before. Did I think we would be doing it this soon? No, but we are, and it's been going well. We just put out, I think, our 13th episode,
yeah.
and we've done 3 bonus episodes, so 16 full spreading the good buzz episodes, and now 2. We have a second podcast now called Swarm Up. We just put out filmed our 3rd one, and our 3rd one comes out this Friday.
Nice.
So I guess what is that? 15 full podcasts, and then we got shorts and
shorts
and little silly things we do. And
do you know
little
that
updates.
I think it's either 21 or 23. For some reason, those 2 numbers are in my head.
21.
21.
Yeah. And I think it's like 90%, right? You're past 90% of people.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I'm almost at the 1% now. You know what I mean? I think it's 1% is 100 episodes. So I'm almost there. So
wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really cool. So it's the little things, you know what I mean? It's those little things. Yeah, hell yeah. It just takes days, right? That's all it is. It takes days.
Yeah, for sure.
And showing up, right? You got to show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our days we're doing our own podcast, getting stuff out, because it's just 3 of us, Cassie, me, and Heidi, and then we're going on 1 or 2 podcasts. It seems like every day now, and it's fun.
Nice.
I mean,
it is.
It's
a little tiring.
I could be doing worse things than sitting on my couch talking, right?
Yeah,
right.
Fair enough. And what do you guys talk about on your podcast? Like, what are some of the stuff, if you don't mind, just so some of my viewers
kind of stuff like we have tonight. There's stuff that we've told our story. We've interviewed other people and heard about their stories.
Like Quinn, for example, he has a company called Cali Sober, where sober is, I don't necessarily agree with this, but like sober can mean different things to different people. Like, California sober.
That's where the weed.
Yeah, so they have their own 12-step program. And then we interviewed Dr. Rob Kelly, who has like 12 treatment centers around the world.
And he's world-renowned neuroscience.
Celebrities have gone.
Yeah, celebrities go to him. I mean, and he has a 93% success rate. 97%.
Oh, wow.
Or your money
back.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't verified that, but that's what he says.
He
turn away people.
Yeah, you have to actually apply to go there, and I mean, it's really
what
cool.
What is it, like a whole 12-step program, or is it, or a treatment center?
Neurodivergent. No, it's all based on neuroscience. Yeah. They hook your brain up to stuff. I mean, they're working with subliminal
So you're like
messaging.
a guinea pig, pretty much, and they're putting all these things on you and testing.
Like a 90-day program.
Yeah, and it's pretty intense from what it sounds like.
And it's not just for addicts. It's for like business people that want to improve their lives. Because everyone
about like
improve.
Changing the way you think, really.
Yeah.
Whether you're an addict or something something else, right?
Yeah, other problems, self-esteem or self-worth, And
then we had Jen Hirsch from Minnesota on, and her accent, like a Canadian accent.
The Lighthouse Sobriety is her business, and she's a sober coach. Heard all about what it's like to be a sober coach, heard about her story and how she's helping women now find their sobriety and their self-worth.
I think she's helped over like 1,000 women are a part of her, to have done her program and are part of her community. That episode just came out today. That was a good one. And then we had Gabe Cohn, Craw McGraw, Did I say that right?
Krav Maga.
Champion.
Yeah.
And a convict from New York living in Colorado now that has a thing called the Discovery Cafe for addicts that are getting out of prison. You give them a little boost, I guess, if you will. So yeah, we've had.
Then we had your sponsor Tyler.
Oh, Tyler Hansen was our first one. He's the president of Steps Recovery, the biggest chain of recoveries in Utah.
Right.
So yeah, and we've got some very interesting people coming up, and then we've had a few episodes of just us where we talk about like the memes we put up, like what the meaning behind them.
We've told our stories. If you ever want to hear those,
like Heidi's 18-year misdiagnosis, like we have an episode basically just that, and it talks about the ECT and how the signs were there, but like nobody was looking at what the real problem was, and it's
So we have a very amusing episode about his rest.
Yeah, well, actually, that's leaked into like 3 episodes now, so that's fun. Now, I just want to make clear, I learned in rehab, one of my love languages is sticking with what you agree to, like contracts. We had a deal.
Go listen to the episode; it's really great.
We had a deal.
It's
the Swarm Up 2.
Yeah, it's Swarm Up episode 2, and you hear it in full, and it's very lively.
Yeah.
Well, definitely take a look at it.
Good thing I learned in rehab what codependency is and how not to be codependent, because I don't need your external validation. I'm okay.
Do you guys mind if I ask some stuff about sobriety for you guys?
Sure.
Great. Yeah.
Shoot.
What is the hardest part of getting sober for you guys?
Well, once I dealt with what was in my head in rehab, the desire to drink went away because I drank to get those thoughts out of my mind. Like I was molested by a male babysitter when I was 10 or 11. I had I don't even have a relationship with my father now, but I had a very bad relationship growing up with my father. He'd call me names, but I always sought his approval throughout even my adult life. But in rehab, I learned codependency, people pleasing, all this stuff I was doing, transactional relationships. Really just the way I viewed relationships in the world changed in rehab. And it was almost like one day I went to bed like with my old mind, and then my mind was different. And the desire just went away. Like we live literally above bars, and we walk by them almost every day on walks. And
if you know Austin, we live at the end of the Dirty Six, which is known for all of its famous bars.
We're on the
end,
the good side of the clean side of the Dirty Six,
right,
by the Whole Foods.
Yeah, by the Whole Foods.
But yeah, like it almost turns my stomach. Like I have no desire to go drink.
Yeah.
Like I've even tried to make myself like not want to, but but no, I don't. Just because it's just my whole life. As far back as I can remember is all my day I planned around drinking. And now I don't even.
Well, and now it's so easy to play the tape forward. We know what happens if we drink or drug. It's. And for me, it was the same thing. Once I was able to deal with my traumas and really come to terms with a lot of things that went on in my life, I didn't need to use drugs as such a heavy coping skill. Like I just don't need them anymore. I mean, I was drugging myself to sleep, so I literally didn't have to think. So I just, now I can live life and I can talk about those things and it doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, I still will think about some things, and of course they're not pleasant thoughts, right? It's never pleasant, but I'm not like reeling in it, if I do talk about it, and I'm not like reliving it every time I have to tell the story or anything. So yeah, I mean, that is the biggest thing that got us sober, was dealing with our past in order for us to enjoy our future and our present.
And realizing, I guess I just never realized this before, my feelings aren't permanent. Right. Like I always wanted to squash my feelings. Well, I was told growing up, like my feelings were always wrong. If I was upset about something, I shouldn't have been upset. I should be more grateful for this, that, whatever. So I just wanted to ignore my feelings, and
Yeah.
using made that easy. But now I know I can sit in my feelings, and they're not permanent, and they move on.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I
I
read a book, and like that reminds me, I read a book, and I mean, it's probably one of my favorite books ever. It's Unfuck Yourself.
I've
I
heard
don't know if
that.
you
Oh
guys ever.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, and he talks about you are not your feelings
Right.
in
Right.
that book, right? And it's
Yeah.
true. You are not your feelings, and sometimes we forget about that,
Well,
and
and your
or
mind
you
doesn't
act on your
control you.
feelings. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Your
exactly.
mind does not control you. You control your mind.
Exactly.
And before last summer, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, I
So,
definitely would have never believed that until
Yeah.
I dealt with my shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about if someone was listening right now and feels like they can't get sober, what's one thing that you guys would tell them from your journey?
First of all, don't give up, because I mean, there were plenty of times in my life where I thought, this is never going to end. I am never going to have anything better than what I have now, and I am stuck here forever. And that's just not true. Life has moved on. Healing is possible. You just need to get the right tools to do it. If that involves therapy, go to therapy. If that involves rehab,
I'm a big believer in therapy.
Yes.
That's what
Me
saved me.
too.
I
Me
mean,
too.
I really think your mental health is the true key to sobriety, in my opinion. And so I would say focus on what it is that's causing you to drink
Yep.
or use drugs.
I agree.
Usually, I find that usually it stems usually, let's say, childhood, right? Something from your
Yes.
childhood, right?
Yes.
And it sucks. I mean, it to go that deep with your counselor. I've been there, right? And it sucks. It gets crazy. It gets scary. You know
Yeah.
it. But these are emotions that you have to go through. You can't go around them. You can't go over them. You can't. You can run away from them, but eventually, it's just going to catch up to you. Right?
The only way to heal is through.
Yeah, you have to. And a lot of people they need to find the right counselor to be able to take them to that spot and bring them
Yep.
back to the
Yes.
childhood trauma. And
Yes,
that's the
a
thing.
good relationship with your therapist is absolutely essential.
Yeah.
Had a therapist when I first got here to Austin that I really liked, and I was able to talk to him very easily.
Well, he it wasn't like he did good. Like,
Oh, he did.
Like for that first meeting with him was like, you really opened your eyes.
Yeah,
So,
really. He's the one that told me that it sounds like I've been medically silenced for 18 years, which was a huge eye opener to me and really helped me see a lot of things very clearly in my life. But as time went on, I realized I needed someone that I had a different type of connection with and that could take me a little further. So I ended things with that one and moved on to someone who I had found that I felt like I had a very good relationship with. And she's been able to help me reframe things. She's been able to ask me questions that have sort of stopped me in my tracks and made me think, yeah, I guess I can think of that a different way.
Like
Or
challenge you almost in a sense.
very much so challenge me.
that's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
She just flat out asked, can I challenge that for you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? You're
That's
mostly
really good.
right anyway.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, it's for anybody listening out there, like, it's okay if you don't get along with your first 2, 3, 4, 800 counselors. You got to go through the people to find that connection that you feel safe with.
well, it's not even about
just-
not
it
getting
takes-
along with
Yeah,
them. It's like even your counselor you have now said that she thinks she may have taken you as far as you can and recommended a
Right.
different type of.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants me to go to a different
Yeah.
type of therapy called
Yeah.
somatic experience, where it will help me sort of release some of my emotions that I have tied to certain events in my life. So I'm still going to go to her, but I'm also going to do this as well. And, so
Have you guys
I'll
done
always
sound
have-
baths?
Oh yeah, I love sound
Oh
baths.
yes, love sound
Yeah.
baths.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
Mhm.
good. Because I think that's its own therapy in itself. Some self healing there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
See, I had my friend Jenny. She puts on sound baths. She goes to Mexico all the time. She's crazy, but she put these sound baths on where you're in silk, like I don't know, like hammocks almost hanging
Hammock
down from the
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys do those ones before? Have you done
I
that?
haven't done it like that. No.
Oh my
I
God.
haven't done it, but I did some research on a woman in Utah that I wanted to go to at
Yeah.
one point, and I never made it there. But yeah,
Oh,
she
and
did
she's
something.
got like 5 gongs, and when she hits these
Yeah.
gongs, like it feels like she's moving the gong around your head, but it's not. The gong's huge. It's like it's like a 5-foot gong, one of them, right? And it's like sitting there, but
Yeah,
it's wild, and it just I felt amazing after it. So I just like I love to pass that on to everybody too. If you haven't tried it, you got to try the sound baths. You know, like when
yeah,
I first heard it, I was like, "What the heck was a sound bath first?" And then after, like, telling me, "Oh, you hit a couple bowls," and me and my old co-host Anthony, like we're just gonna go somewhere, and like this lady's gonna hit some like pots and pans and bowls, and it's gonna make us, you know. So like we really thought that like something, right? So we went there, and it was we walked. We're like, "What the heck? This is amazing! This is amazing!" And it was funny, like, so it was a small little class, and it was me and Anthony, and then there was these 2 other ladies, and it was Jenny, and she was putting us on. She was really excited to do this for us. And these other ladies turned, and they're like, "Are you guys on mushrooms?" And we're like, "What?" Like,
what?
that's an option. First off, right? Just joking around, but I mean, like, so apparently people do them on mushrooms too. I
Yeah,
guess
me too.
to do it, and it's like a mind, I don't know, mind-boggling thing. But
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. It
I've
was
done everything from Reiki healing, sound baths, crystal work, to EMDR, electric shock therapy, internal family systems therapy. Hopefully, soon I'm going to be doing this. Oh my gosh.
Somatic.
Somatic experience.
Mhm.
Thank you. Totally blanked. From CBT therapy to DBT therapy. I mean, I have truly done an entire array of things. And it took all of those things really to help me figure out what it was I needed.
Mhm.
So, yeah, don't be afraid to try different things if you feel like something's not working. And don't be afraid to just stop something if it's not working, because there's always a different modality, there's always a different therapist, there's always someone else that's going to be able to help you along the way.
Well, since you guys like as a couple, what do you guys do both to protect your mental health as a couple? How do you guys do that for other couples out there that may be struggling?
Well, I think, like for example, like the craving story. You know, remember you didn't want to tell me, but you did tell me, and
Yeah.
it,
So,
yeah, I guess we're very open with each other.
we
Way
are,
more open than
yeah.
I've ever been in any relationship.
Yeah, we are incredibly open with each other. It has taken a lot of training of our egos to have to tell them to stand down. And really, I mean, the amount of trust we have in each other, I think, is huge. We really tell each other every single thing, right? And one of those things was earlier in the summer. I was sitting out on the deck, and all of a sudden I started thinking about how in previous summers in my life I used to drink Moscato while watching the sunset, right?
Too sweet.
Anyways, I liked it. Or any type of wine, really. But I used to drink wine while watching the sunset. And I was sitting out on our balcony. We're 21 floors up, so we have this gorgeous view of hill country, and I'm watching the sunset. We really have the most immaculate sunsets. All of a sudden, I had this craving for a glass of wine, which was my first craving, really. And what's crazy is I wasn't ever really a big drinker. And so, I mean, it was so weird to me that this craving just came on so suddenly. And I could not stop thinking about it for like several days, right?
I don't think you told me a couple days after it started. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it was really like 3 or 4 days before.
And she was like in a bad mood, and I'm thinking like, what did I do? You know,
I was in a horrible mood for several days because it really bothered me that this like happened, right? Like, I'm in such a good place. How dare my body get a craving? But of course I'm going to get cravings. Like,
Yeah.
I was an addict for my whole life. Like, it would be absurd if I didn't get cravings, right? Or at least have a thought, right?
But it seemed like it was more not a craving; it was more like just a reminiscing. Like,
Yeah, it was more. Yeah,
fantasizing.
it was romanticizing. That's what it really was. And so
because you weren't like jonesing. For
no, I definitely wasn't jonesing for it, but I was romanticizing. Like it would be so romantic if we could just go out on the balcony and drink our glass of wine together, like normal people, right?
There's
but we're not
non-alcoholic though, if you're into that.
Yeah.
But it's not as I know.
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
the reason I wanted it is so I could get fucked up, right?
Yeah.
What's the point if there's not the alcohol in it? Like,
and you're not even taking those pills anymore. Where like
I'm not even taking the morphine or the Klonopin. So what's the point? So it really was just this, romantic notion in my head of like, why can't I be a normal person?
Mm-hmm.
But it bothered me. It really bothered me. And so several days into this, I'm finally like, I just got to tell Josh because I can't get this out of my mind and it's driving me crazy. And normally if I tell him something, then at least I'm not like just constantly reliving the thought, right? So I'm like in the bathtub, right? And I'm like, Josh, come here. I make him come and sit with me.
What? I'm busy.
Yeah, I make him
What do you want me to bring you?
Sit by the tub with me. I'm like, I've got to talk to you. I had a craving. Like, it really.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So.
but it took like this huge ego death for me to do that, right?
I'm sure it's gonna happen to me where I'm gonna have a craving. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
So it's like I wasn't surprised.
And I also think Josh isn't going to think anything less of me, just because I had a thought about something. He's my best friend and biggest supporter.
Control your thought. It pops in your head.
Yeah, I mean, it popped into my head. It's not like I did it. It's not bad. It just popped into my head.
It's
what
just
did you do with the thought?
And I didn't do anything with the thoughts. Confiding in each other, being each other's biggest supporter and champion is... my best advice to couples out there, especially if you both are being sober. It really takes that 100% honesty with your partner.
Right.
It really does.
And healthy boundaries, I would say too, is you need healthy boundaries as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll say this, my relationships with everybody are different since I went to rehab.
Right.
And realizing what I was doing in those relationships, being codependent, people pleasing, wanting the outside validation to fill up this hole that I could never fill up within me. I mean, I'm divorced, right? I've had no good relationship that ended well with a female until now, right? Friends, business colleagues. I mean, in business, that's where I would be successful, but those are transactional relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unfortunately just how my mind worked. And until I read this book, Codependent No More, that I thought was literally written about me, I'm like, this is exactly how I think. And then I saw in writing how I had it wrong.
I'm pretty sure I have that book too.
It's life-changing. You should definitely read it.
I mean, apparently I had it 47 years ago and I didn't read it, but...
Is it teal? Like a tealish on the...
It's I think it's black.
It's black and purple.
Purple, yeah.
Or purple, that's it. Yeah, purple. Sorry, that's what... Yeah, I think I do have it, and the words are big, right?
Yeah.
Big in the front there. Big white, I think it is white. It says, is it maybe yellow? Is it handwritten? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching for the stars at this point.
No.
But I think I have that.
It's a really good book.
I think I have that book.
And if I didn't read that book, I mean, I never in my life thought I'd be able to be sober the rest of my life. I believe that now. I'm not going to promise it, but I believe it now. That reading that book is a huge part of that because it helped rearrange my mind.
Right.
It's
just like therapy.
I mean, I think
rearrange our mind.
I think that book should be reading in junior high or high school.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, I mean, let's face it. They don't teach the shit that they should be teaching in school. You know what I mean?
No.
They don't. Like how to get a good credit score, how to save money, how to pay bills. You know what I mean?
Let me
real
tell you,
stuff.
I've never used calculus ever.
but you probably could have used.
But I really could have
codependency.
used the people skills.
Yeah,
I really could have
definitely.
learned, if I had learned what healthy boundaries were, it would have saved me a lot of heartache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you guys think that what the world gets wrong about addiction
Well, a lot.
besides everything?
Well, one of the reasons I posted on LinkedIn was because I know there's a stigma around it, and in my mind, I thought like, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not worried about what people are going to think. People already think what they think. So I think a stigma, and for some, that people that are addicts are less than or
Bad people.
Bad people. There's bad people that through all walks of life. This is 12% of the population. If you're not an addict, you probably know one, love one. No one chooses to be an addict, right?
Right.
Nobody likes this. No one likes being in addiction.
And it's not a fun lifestyle.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
a lot of regret.
It's
daily regret.
Filled with daily regret. You wake up with it. It's filled with shame. There's nothing about the partying that's actually fun. Maybe at first.
The partying.
Yeah, the initial
it starts as a
thing.
party, right?
Exactly.
And it's wrapped up in a pretty package.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at all the alcohol commercials. You're the life of the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, alcohol has to sell itself as this ego booster, this fancy thing that makes you someone who you're not.
Yeah.
But the problem is it really does make you someone that you're
Yeah.
not. And it's not the pretty version. It's not the fancy romantic version. It's the ugly version.
Yeah.
And there's nothing good about it. It may look fancy in all the commercials, but when it comes down to it, all it is shame wrapped up in a bottle.
I totally agree with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shame and regret.
I've tried to quit so many times in my life, just white knuckling it. One time I went almost a year and a half in 2017, 2018. I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was probably just as grumpy as I was, or had bad attitude as when I was drinking. Like, I had to get the junk out of my head. And now there's no white knuckling it now. I'm not like,
Man, good for you.
Barely making it through the day. I actually look forward to getting up. Like, I used to like my grandfathers died when they were 66 and 72. So I kind of always was counting down to my death. I don't look at life like that anymore. Yeah. Life is now, I enjoy life. I didn't enjoy life before. I was trudging through it.
Right.
They're just floating, existing, I guess you could say. Just existing. Yeah. Now
And
you're living your life.
Well,
they say what?
Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. They say that you live two lives. One life, your first life, and the second one when you realize to live, I guess, or to live properly, or I forget how it's saying, but it's something.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's really true. I mean, I felt like I lived one life before, up to like 42, and now in this last year, I've started a completely different one. And let me tell you, this one is the much happier, Cinderella version than the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one was all the Cinderella and no turning into the princess.
Yeah.
This one has been turning into the princess and being treated like a queen.
Awesome.
It's
Beautiful.
it's been amazing.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you guys. I have just
Appreciate
one last thing. We're at the end, so one last thing. There she is. I knew she was going to speak at some point. What's one thing that you guys could say that you would like to say to the world? What's one thing? Yeah.
I would say don't give up. There's so many times people were trying to help me, and I would say I can never not drink. I never thought I could do it. Especially after I went to rehab 2 times and failed very quickly after getting out. Of course, when I got out of those rehab the first 2 times, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got this. But then within weeks, I relapsed. It wasn't until last summer where I, take mental health seriously and don't give up. I would say that.
And to not repeat what Josh said, because I think that's definitely a great message.
Glad I went first.
Yeah. I would say that if you are trying to get sober, find the right community. Community is everything.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, addiction is isolation, and sobriety is finding connection. And it's all about the right connections and the good connections and maintaining those, because it is your community, your sober community, that is going to pull you through the shit that you do not want to have to go through. And the only way out is through.
I love it.
And the people that aren't addicts, they don't understand. I mean, they just don't.
They don't.
Yeah, it's the fellow addicts, alcoholics that have gone through it and are on the other side that understand.
Yeah. So whatever community that is, whether it be Sober.Buzz, whether it be AA or NA or CA or Smart Recovery, whatever it takes, find that community. Find the people that you can trust and hang on to them for dear life, because it's not an easy ride.
Well said. Well said. And it's true. So listen, this is totally true what she said. And if you see any of your friends, that are not doing well, check in on your friends. If you haven't heard from them, check in. You never know. You really never know. So we're at the end here, but so I just want you to plug one more time all your socials so we can get that out there to everybody listening.
Go for it. You're so good at it.
YouTube at SoberBuzz Podcast. We have 3 episodes come out a week, 2 spreading the good buzz, Monday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Central, and then the Swarm Up with Cassie and us 2 on Fridays at 1 Central, and then we have Instagram, Facebook, and X at SoberBuzz Token. And then we have TikTok at Sober.Buzz. And we have Pinterest, but I don't know what the Pinterest is. And I don't have a Pinterest account. I don't care about Pinterest. So I love Pinterest. It's great. I don't even know what Pinterest really is. Cassie handles Pinterest. Thank you, Cassie. We also have a blog at Sober.Buzz.
Right.
We have some articles on Medium as well. So we got stuff at LinkedIn. We got stuff going out on LinkedIn now.
Right.
Sober.Buzz is the page.
Not buzz, not sober.buzz.com. It's sober.buzz.
And then our personal accounts also have stuff as well.
Right.
At LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Too, so.
And that'll all be in the description below, so you guys can all check that out.
Yeah, and all the links are on our YouTube channel and Instagram too.
Perfect. So they'll be you guys can be able to find it in the description below, or you click on the link thing that showed up on the page there, and it'll take you right to their stuff. Well, on that note, thank you, Josh and Heidi. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of what you guys are doing. I think it's great, and I'm excited to listen to that episode that you told me about. So I'm gonna jump into that.
It's very animated.
I'm gonna go take it down. No, it's too popular to take down, so no. It's gonna hurt our numbers.
Well, thank you again. I just want to say thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys later. Take it easy.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.